Once upon a time, nestled in a valley carved by a winding river, there was a small town where a young man named Jacob lived. At 22, Jacob possessed a quiet strength, with warm brown eyes and hair as dark as the rich soil he worked. Life had not been easy for him. His father's health was failing, and his mother's years of toil had left her too weary to work. Every day, from sunrise to sunset, Jacob labored in the fields, his hands calloused and strong to support his family. He would then take his modest harvest of vegetables to the town market, his spirit unbroken by poverty. In this same town, on a hill overlooking the valley, stood a grand estate, home to a young woman named Sophia. At 20, she was the picture of privilege, with eyes the color of the summer sky and hair like spun gold. Her family, led by her formidable father, Mr. Harrison, owned most of the land Jacob and others worked on. Sophia had every material comfort imaginable, yet she felt a profound emptiness in her gilded cage. She yearned for a life of genuine connection and purpose, far from the shallow pleasantries of her social circle. One sunny afternoon, Sophia visited the town market, not out of need, but out of a desire to feel connected to the world beyond her garden walls. Her eyes were drawn to Jacob's stall. She watched as he treated an elderly woman with gentle patience, adding an extra carrot to her bag with a kind smile. When it was her turn, she approached him. "Hello," she said softly. "May I have some of those apples?" Jacob looked up, and for a moment their worlds met. He offered a warm, genuine smile. "Of course," he replied, his voice steady. "They were picked this morning, the best in the valley." That simple exchange was the beginning of everything. Sophia found herself drawn back to the market day after day, creating excuses just to speak with Jacob. They talked for hours, sharing the vastly different stories of their lives and the similar dreams that filled their hearts. Jacob spoke of his hope to one day own a small shop, a place built with his own two hands. Sophia confessed her dream of using her resources to help the less fortunate, to make a real difference in people's lives. Inevitably, friendship blossomed into a deep and profound love. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Jacob took Sophia's hand. "Sophia," he began, his voice filled with emotion, "I love you. You are the most compassionate and wonderful person I have ever known." A radiant smile lit up Sophia's face. "I love you too, Jacob," she whispered. "You are the bravest and most honorable man I know." Their happiness, however, was a fragile thing. It was not long before Mr. Harrison discovered their secret romance. His fury was like a storm. He confronted his daughter, his voice cold and hard. "You will not associate with that field worker. He is a nobody, a pauper. He is not worthy of you." Tears streamed down Sophia's face. "Father, I love him. He is a good man, a better man than any you would choose for me." "Nonsense, mister." Harrison roared. "If you choose to marry him, you will no longer be my daughter. You will be disowned and cut off from this family forever." Heartbroken, Sophia ran to Jacob and told him everything. A deep sadness settled in Jacob's heart. "Sophia, my love," he said, his voice heavy with sorrow, "I cannot bear the thought of making your life difficult. Perhaps we shouldn't be together. I don't want to be the reason you lose your family." "No, Jacob," she cried, clinging to him. "I want to be with you, only you." Mr. Harrison, true to his word, began to make Jacob's life impossible. He used his influence to turn the town against him, instructing the villagers not to buy produce from Jacob's stall. With their only source of income gone, Jacob's family sank deeper into hardship. His father's illness worsened, and there was no money for medicine. Jacob took on any menial job he could find, working tirelessly day and night, but it was never enough. One day, Sophia came to him, her eyes red from crying. "Jacob, I'm going to speak with my father one more time. He has to listen. He must understand our love." Jacob gently shook his head, the weight of the world on his shoulders. "Sophia, your father will never accept me. In his eyes, I will always be too poor. You deserve a life of comfort, not this struggle." "I don't care about comfort," she insisted. "I care about you." Sophia's final plea to her father was met with a wall of stone. Enraged by her defiance, Mr. Harrison locked her in her room and immediately arranged her marriage to a wealthy suitor from a neighboring city. Trapped and desperate, Sophia spent her nights weeping, her heart aching for Jacob. Meanwhile, Jacob's world was collapsing. His father was now gravely ill, and Jacob felt a crushing sense of hopelessness. He missed Sophia with every fiber of his being, but saw no way out of his desperate situation. One night, as a violent storm raged outside, Sophia made her choice. She escaped from her room, fleeing the grand house and running through the torrential rain to Jacob's humble cottage. She burst through the door, soaking wet and breathless. "Jacob," she said, her voice trembling but firm, "I cannot live without you. Let's run away, together." Jacob was stunned. "Sophia, I can't provide for you. I can barely take care of my own family." Sophia looked into his eyes, her own filled with unwavering resolve. "We will face it all together. I will work beside you. I will help you care for your family. We will build a life." Seeing her incredible courage, Jacob's own strength was renewed. He pulled her into a tight embrace. "You are the bravest person I know, Sophia. I love you." That night, they left the town behind, walking until dawn with nothing but the clothes on their backs and the love in their hearts. In the next town, a new and difficult life began. Jacob found work as a day laborer and Sophia as a housemaid. The wages were meager, and their small rented room was often cold. There were nights they went to bed hungry. Sophia missed her family, but her love for Jacob gave her the strength to endure. Jacob worked with a fierce determination, driven by his promise to Sophia. "One day," he would tell her, "I will give you a better life." Years of relentless hard work slowly began to pay off. With their saved pennies, Jacob was able to open a small repair shop. Sophia, with her keen mind for numbers, managed the books. Their little business grew, and they finally earned enough to live a simple but comfortable life. News of their success eventually reached Mr. Harrison. Over the years, his anger had faded, replaced by a hollow regret. He felt a deep shame for his cruelty and for underestimating the character of the young man his daughter loved. One day, he traveled to their town and appeared at their shop. "Sophia," he said, his voice humbled, "I was wrong, terribly wrong. I see now that Jacob is a good and honorable man. Please, can you forgive an old fool?" Tears of relief and sorrow filled Sophia's eyes as she embraced him. "I forgive you, father." Jacob stepped forward and shook his hand. "Thank you for accepting us, sir." Their life was never defined by wealth or ease, but by the challenges they overcame together. Jacob and Sophia's journey proved that true love, fortified by resilience and hard work, is a force more powerful and more valuable than any amount of money or social standing. They had built their own happiness, a treasure that would last a lifetime.